Hey Grace, it's Pastor Dave here. It's kind of an impromptu video I wanted to make for you guys because, how do I put this? I'm anxious, and I'm guessing you are too. My guess is that you've probably been watching a little too much of the news, catching what's going on in Afghanistan and Haiti, and let's see, but the Delta variant, I think they just announced this morning that they're going to be probably requiring booster shots for for just about everybody. Yeah, I'm anxious. It's a lot. It's a lot in our world going on right now. I take that, and actually something else. There was another shooting in the city last night, and I wanted to share with you what Megan and I were actually talking about this morning. I read a thing last night. It was an article from a pastor that I follow. She's a Lutheran pastor. I'm walking over to my bookshelves. She is an author of this book. Her name's Nadia Bolz-Weber. It's a wonderful book. You should read it. Her name's Nadia Bolz-Weber. She's an ELCA pastor. I love her. I follow her on all the social medias and all that, and I obviously read all her books. She said this, and it rings true to me, and I hope it does for you too. The reason you're anxious, the reason that this is all too much, is because it is. This is too much. We're not built for this. Take it back 100 years, just 100 years. What would that be, 1920, 1920s? 1920s America was a lot smaller than it is today. I'm not just talking physically. I'm talking period. Your sphere, your town, was a lot smaller. You didn't have this thing. I'm actually recording on my phone. We didn't have 24-hour news access. What you heard about day to day was with your family or with your town. If news came from the cross town, you might have gotten it in the evening paper, I guess, back then. But it was few and far between. You had to look for it. Now, in just 100 years, we've gone from the news over there, maybe 10 miles that way, being, okay, that's what they're dealing with, to news around the world being instantly available. To the world being your town. And that's a lot to take in. You're not designed to take in that. You're designed to worry about here. So if you're overwhelmed, if you're anxious, of course you are. You're being asked to be empathetic to a world that is so much larger than what we're programmed for. So give yourself some grace. Breathe. Understand that God is with you, and while we are anxious about it, God is at peace and working and present through it all. I had a meeting with Mr. Dean this morning, and we were kind of talking about this too. And I shared with him what I'm going to share with you. There's a saying from the Talmud, which is a Jewish book. It's a Jewish rabbi writings about the Torah and all that stuff. And it says this: do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Do justly now. Love mercy now. Walk humbly now. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. I have that obviously on the wall in my office. Do what you can today. If you run across somebody who's hungry today, give them something to eat. If you run across somebody who's sad, give them a hug. The enormity of the world's grief is daunting. So love a little more today. And lean into those who are doing okay today, but might need you tomorrow. Be well, Grace. I love you. We're in this together. I love how much you love. So give yourself some grace.